Okay, today we're doing window bucks, and window bucks are frames like this one that go around your window. So when you're doing exterior stucco with a rain screen, you can actually make it all butt up to each other. Most window frames do not extend out farther than like an inch. So with these, what we do is we make a window buck about 1.5 inches deep. Okay, so this is 1.5 inches deep, and the material's 3/4 inch thick. This is a plastic composite material that will actually be paintable, but you should never have to replace it because termites and other things, water damage, dry rot won't happen to this type of material. So that's why we use it, because it's something you do not want to have to replace in the future. I pre-drill it here on the ends and get screws in there, but I also install these guys. As you can see, these little holes right here, that's done with a Craig jig, and I'll show you how that's done when I got my Craig jig material set up over here. Holes in it that allows me to, once that window butt gets on around the perimeter of the window, allows me to be able to screw in on an angle and suck it tight to around the frame. That here's a window buck already installed. Okay, I do have the peel and stick on the wall already, but if you look, we've got our holes here, right? We're pre-drilling. We've got them all the way around the tops. Okay, and that allows our buck to be pretty steady all the way around. Okay, gives us a nice reveal, if you see, of the whole window. And that way, when we get our 1/2 inch rain screen, along with our inch of stucco, it brings it up about 1.5 inches. So it'll be right to this edge, which will be good. Okay, so I'm over here at the front of the house. We've got a 4-foot by 4-foot window. I've got the buck over here. I got to use a ladder to get up there. A little bit of tapping with a finish hammer. Okay. Now that's secure there. The next step would be is to go ahead and screw it all the way around. I'm not going to do that right now because what I'm trying to do is get all the window bucks installed, are all my Craig jig holes pre-drilled, get all my bucks on because I've got about 1, 2, 3, I've got about 6 more windows, and I want to pack up all my tools. Let's show you how I make this window buck to fit each window. But it's a 4x4 window. So I'm going to take my measurements. Probably don't even need the ladder right now. But I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go, okay, it's 48. And this one is 42. So I'm going to write those measurements down. But I have to make it 1.5 inches longer because that material is 3/4 inch thick. So I'm going to go 49.5. So 42 by 49.5. Let's go over here to the truck. We'll grab a piece of our trim board up there. Now these are 16 foot long. They're smooth 3 sides. One side is rough sawn. Okay, so if I can remember my measurements, what were they? 48? No, 49.5. So always cut your long one first. Now, always wear a mask. Fine particles are not good for the lungs. Line everything up and make sure that everything's nice and square. And then what I want to do is leave the line. So I get as close to it as possible. I use this countersinker bit. It's got a little bit of a drill on the end, but it countersinks your screws. And I can go right through this material. Make sure it is the long pieces. Yes, I made them longer so I can screw them from the tops and the bottoms to hold my frame together. Now what you want to try to do is go about 3/4 in both sides. I'm eyeballing it. You don't have to measure as long as you're close enough, because that way you don't split it. This will stop anything from splitting or cracking and allows the screw to get in there and countersink so you won't ever see it. Let's put this frame together. Okay, so what I'm using are 3 1.25 coarse screws. Just happen to have them, so they'll work. Inch probably too small because you're talking about 3/4 material. But I am countersinking some, so the 1.25 actually work and go through the material pretty good. I use this. This is part of the Craig jig kit. This will grab my material and hold it flush, so I don't have to worry about trying to keep them flush. Now you just repeat. Now when I'm doing this, make sure I don't screw too tight and that my screws are countersunk and that the corners are as flush. So it's really good. Okay, I'm going to take it over here. So before I pre-drill to screw it down, I want to make sure the puppy fits, right? So if it's going to fit down here, more likely it's going to fit up there. So it looks like it is. I just have to take a little trim out of the way. So what happens is that this window has a little bit of flashing, this plastic lip, and it gets in the way. This side's good. Maybe it's this side. Huh. No, it all seems to be good. So the next thing would be try the handy dandy hammer again. Okay. All right. That's a nice tight fit. Okay. So it fits. Okay, so this is my handy dandy Craig jig. This one's a nice one. Makes your work a lot easier. So what I do is I'm going to come in at all the four corners and get screws so I can tie it down on the corners, and I'm going to come about every foot. Okay, so the first thing we do is to mark it out. So there's 1 foot, 2 foot, switch it around, 1 foot, 2 foot. So I stick it right in the middle between those two because it's about a 1/2 inch difference. Then spin it. Same thing, measurements. I became ambidextrous because I'm left-handed. I'm kind of forced into it. Okay, so I got my markings. Next is to get the Craig jig set up. So I come over here to each corner. Once I get set, I can set this. And I use the drill bit that allows me to set this guy. And now they put holes in them, and it says 1/2 inch in there. Even though I'm working with 3/4 inch material, the 1/2 inch seems to work better. It's probably because this depth. I used to frame for a living, and I learned how to swing the hammer, both hands. I can probably take my mask off now. The reason why I had my mask on is because I was cutting stuff on the chop saw and the table saw, which throws fine particles. This is throwing a little bit more heavier material, so I can kind of not have to wear the mask. Okay, let's go back up on the ladder. I'll grab my hammer this time so I'm prepared. And let's get this puppy in there. Okay. Now at least I won't lose my frame. No one can throw it away. It's on the window. It's ready to go. So if you notice over here, I have this door to do. I also have this door to do, which is a doggy door. So I need to trim it out because remember I told you that we've got this material. Now, this is from 475. It's called Mortar Vent. Now this is advanced building product. It's got plastic little mesh that sticks out about 1/2 inch with this fiberglass mesh. This will go on before stucco. Basically it just goes on the wall like this. And what that does is allows moisture that accumulates either through the stucco, the water will get through, but then it has an air vent. The water can drain down through our weep screed, and our air can circulate up through the rain screen. Through the weep screed. So air can come in through the bottom, and moisture can drop out of the bottom. Very nice, easy material to work with, and it just goes horizontal across your building. We'll talk about that on another day. Okay, I've got a couple more to do, and then I'm done for the day. That way I can pack up all my tools and get out of here. And then tomorrow what I can do is come here without all these tools, just my regular, my other work truck. Gets better gas mileage because it's all electric. That way I can come in here and just screw down all my bucks to my framework, and then I can caulk. I'll be caulking the top of that buck along with the sides. I'll let the bottom be free. There will be no caulking there. We've already got caulking around the windows, but I'm doing this because stucco is going to get water in here. It's going to get by that weep screed, right, or this rain screen. It's going to want to drip down, but I don't want it to drip down into the window. I want it to come on the side of my buck. But in case any does get behind the window or behind this buck, if I don't caulk this, it has a way to get out. Always let water out. Prevent it from getting in, but when it does, let it out. Okay, that's it for today. Tomorrow, we'll do another video on tying down the bucks.